Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see the continuation of fourth chapter. So the last video we discussed some informations about operating system. So I just recall the topic, just go through it all of you. So the last video we are discussed learning objectives of the lesson and what are the types of softwares. There are two different types of software, both application and system software. The next topic, the basic introduction about operating system. That means what is the use of operating system, what is generally do inside the computer, and what are the different types of operating systems. Okay, what is the purpose of this, and what are the uses of the operating systems. So these are the informations we are discussed in the last video. Is it correct? Yes. So today we are going to see the new topic of the same chapter, that is what are the key features of operating system. So already we know about that. What is operating system? What are the uses? What are the main function of operating system? These and all we know well. Today, what are the important features of operating system? That means what? Using the operating system or inside the operating system, what are the different types of features? What are the main features are there? That thing only we are going to discuss one by one. Okay, so we have different types of features in operating system. Just see that right from the user interface. Then number 2 is file management. Number 3 is memory management. Number 4 is fault tolerance. Number 5 is process management. And finally, that is what? Security management. So these are the different types of features are present inside the operating system. We'll see one by one. What is the main use of this features in operating system? How it will be processed inside the operating system? Everything will be discussed for this topic. Shall we start? Yes. So the first topic, user interface. So what is the meaning? So the user interface we are generally call like UI. Okay, so UI is nothing but user interface. So what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this user interface? Means for each and every display based devices, all the electronical or display based devices, the main thing is what? User interface. So for example, the best example is, now all of you have a smartphones, right? So in the smartphone, you just touch everything on the touch screen panel, right? So in that touch screen panel, whatever the applications are installed inside the mobile, how can you understand? First of all, how can you understand what are the different types of applications are installed inside the mobile? How is it possible? You can see the mobile screen, the display will show the application icons. Understood? So that is called as what? User interface. It is the best example of mobile phones. In computer or laptop, whatever you see on the screen in the desktop, that is known as what? User interface. So what is the user interface? What is the meaning of this? We'll see one by one. The point number 1, user interface is one of the significant features in operating system. Okay, it is one of the significant feature means what? It is the main or important features in operating system. The only way that user can make the interaction with the computer. That means what? If you want to make any interaction with the computer or any electronic device, we need the user interface. If the computer interface is not user friendly, that means what? That particular user interface is not user friendly means automatically the user slowly reduces the computer usage from their normal life. Yeah, of course. That means what? Nowadays all the smartphones and computers are very easy to operate because of what? This user interface. These user interfaces are user friendly, very user friendly. That's what everyone can use the computer or smartphones in a very easiest manner. In case if you want to work or if you want to use any smartphones or computers, having trouble means automatically the people does not like the particular device. So that thing only we are going to mention here. If the computer interface is not user friendly, the user slowly reduces the computer usage from their normal life. Yeah, of course. So that's why User interface is a very important thing. So that's what this is the main reason for the key success of GUI based operating system. What is the meaning of GUI? Graphical user interface. So all the operating system nowadays we can use like GUI based operating system. So GUI means what? Graphical user interface. The word is coming like user interface. That's the meaning. Understood? So interface is nothing but environment. The user should interact with any device. Automatically it will be create an environment. That environment is looks like a very user friendly manner. That's only it is a successful GUI concept operating systems. Okay, right. The next GUI is the window-based system with pointing device to direct input and output. That means what? Using the pointing device. That means what? Using the mouse, you can easily select from menus, make the selection and a keyboard to enter the text. So easily you can operate the machine or any display devices. And its vibrant colors attract the user very easily. Yeah, all the user interface looks like a vibrant colors. Then only the user should attract the particular device in a very faster manner. For example, suppose you want to buy any mobile phones in the market. How can you like or how you can like the particular mobile? The main thing is what? That display. The display information or the display look everything, right? So that's what. And the next, beginners are impressed by the help and pop-up window for message boxes. That means what? Suppose the new people are working with computer means if there is any problem while using the computer, automatically the particular user interface will show the pop-up window or message boxes. What is the meaning pop-up window? If you do any errors in the sense, automatically it will be show the message. You can do some errors, so please enter the information in a correctly manner. So somewhat hint based informations are sending to you on the particular time. That is nothing but what? Pop-up window. So these and all very much helpful to the beginners. So that's why all the beginners also are very impressed by using the user interface operating systems. The next one, in this user interface, the icons are playing a very important role of the particular application. Yeah, of course, each and every application have a individual icons. Then only the user should understand whether it is what type of application like that. So this user interface icons are very important role will do that. Okay, so these are the informations we can use in the user interface. And nowadays Linux distribution is also available GUI based OS. So already we know Linux is one of the operating system. It is one of the open source, right? So these Linux also will distribute these kind of GUI based concept. So what are the points we'll consider using this GUI concept in the particular Linux OS? So the first thing is the user interface should enable the user to retain this expertise for a longer time. That means what? If one user should work with any computer, they have to work with so many time or so far the people or the user should work with a particular computer. What is the main reason? Because of user interface. The user interface is very good manner or it is easily to work with a particular application means then that is a successful version. Understood? So that is why the user interface should enable the user to retain this expertise for a longer time. The next point, the user interface should also satisfy the customer based on their needs. Yeah, of course. Especially what is the basic needs of the customer. Everything should be satisfied by this user interface. So these are the two important points. Keep it in your mind to develop any user interfaced devices. Okay, so that's it. The next point number 3, the user interface should save the user's precious time. Yeah, of course, that is very important. Nowadays, all the works, the people like once you do any work in the sense, immediately that work will be complete in a very faster manner. Okay, it will take more time now. Automatically, the user reject the particular application. Yeah, of course. That's why the user interface should save users precious time because of what? Create graphical elements like menus, windows, tabs, icons, and the reducing typing work will be an added advantage of the OS. Yeah, if nowadays everything you can choose the option or select the particular menus like So easily you can do the work. In case instead of this or instead of that, if you want to choose any application using the typing process now, nobody should like the particular concept. So that's why user interface should save the user's precious time. Number four, the ultimate aim of any product is to satisfy the customer. Yeah, of course, that is very, very important. If the user interface is also satisfy the customer, suppose the user interface does not to satisfy the customer, means automatically that operating system or that concept is a failure one. Understood? Right. The next point number five, the user interface should reduce the number of errors committed by the user. Yeah, of course, that is very, very important. Okay, automatically if anybody or any users will do any work, suppose they have to do any errors, in the sense automatically it will be reduce that. Okay, so easily you can operate any type of user interface applications. So these are the main things they can keep it in mind. So all the people, those who wants to create any user interface, means they have to think about it. Okay, so these are the informations are mainly stored in the memory, then after that they can create the user interfaces or user interface based applications. So the so many examples are there. User interface based applications like WhatsApp nowadays, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Wikipedia, right? So many applications are there. Yeah, all the applications are user interface based application. Okay, yes, that's the reason. So these are the main important things or aspect you can use to develop any user interface applications. Understood? Yes, right. So that's all about user interface. Okay, so the real-time example is what? All the mobile phone display, all the Android applications, all the desktop and laptop window-based applications, Linux-based applications, or some Mac OS-based applications, everything should be called as what? User interface. They simply call UI. Okay, right. The next concept, before we are going to see the next concept, this is an example of user interface. See that this is a mobile screen. In that mobile screen, what you see that explore elephant, this is one of the application, right? So if you want to open this application, means automatically you can learn about the particular information. So how can you open this application? First of all, first you like this environment. This is the UI environment, what you see on the screen, that is what user interface environment. Once you like, means you can open, otherwise you can simply reject the application and go to the next one, like this. So this is the step 2 and this is step 3 for the particular applications. So likewise, all the applications or all the display features, everything should be a very user friendly manner once you develop any user interface applications. Understood? This is one type of example. And another example of user interface is what? See that these kind of applications already we seen in the mobile phones, right? If you want to hear any songs, means automatically the theme is there, right? The theme is looks like a very colorful, means automatically you can choose. So all these kind of applications, everything will be called as what? User interface. Understood? Yes. The next topic, memory management. So what is the meaning of this? The word have a meaning, memory management. That means we are going to manage the memory. Yes, how can you manage the memory? See that memory management is the process of controlling and coordinating the computer's memory and assigning the memory block or space to the various running programs to optimize overall computer performance. Yeah, of course. If you want to do any work or any task in the computer, the memory management process is very, very important. Why? Because whatever the task you want to do, first of all, you can store the particular content on the memory or inside the memory. Then after that, your CPU is ready to work with or execute the particular content or data, whatever it is. So memory management is very, very important. So these only should control the entire process inside the computer's main memory. Okay. The next one, the memory management involves the allocation of specific memory blocks to individual programs based on the user demands. Yeah, of course. As per the user demand, the memory management should allocate the space for each and every action. Understood? So what actions you want to perform, as per the user need, automatically it should be allocated the space. Then point number 3, at the application level, Memory management ensure the availability of adequate memory for each running program at all times. That means what? So each and every application have a different type of storage space. Okay, for example, WhatsApp having some storage space, and Facebook having some storage space, and Instagram having some storage space. So if you want to perform the particular application, based on the application level, the memory management should ensure the required memory for each and every application programs. Understood? Yes. The next, the objective of memory management process is to improve both the utilization of the CPU and the speed of the computer's response. These two important objectives you can must follow in the memory management. Okay. So first one is what? Improve the utilization of your CPU. That means what? How much you can use this CPU for your process. Okay. And the next one, speed. What is the response speed for performing any application or executing any application? These two important objects they can manage in the memory management process. For these reasons, the computers must keep several programs in main memory that associate with many different memory management schemes. Why? Because the memory management should allocate the different space and so many space for doing the different action. So everything should be associated with this particular memory management scheme level. Understood? So that's what, if you want to do the multiple tasking means automatically you can allocate the job or allocate the task in the particular memory locations. So these all the works will do the specific needs for the particular memory management process. Okay. All right. The next one, the operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with memory management. So each and every operating system taken the main responsibility for connecting with memory management. So what are the responsibilities? Number one, keeping track of which portion of memory are currently being used and who is using them. Yeah, of course. Everything should be tracking, everything should be monitoring what portion or which portions of using the current scenario for performing any action. So everything should be tracking first. Number two, to determining which process and the data to move in and out of memory. So what data you want to store inside and what data you want to fetch from the memory, these and all process you must determine that. So this is another responsibility of memory management. And number three, allocation and deallocation of memory blocks as needed by the program in main memory. Yes, in that main memory, what are the allocation process, what are the deallocations for the memory blocks? Okay, so because sometimes you want to store some default value means that should be called as what? Garbage collections. So that thing, if you want to avoid means you must allocate and deallocate the memory blocks what you need as per the user's need. You can allocate and deallocate the memory space in main memory. Okay. Yes. So this is a diagrammatic representation of your memory management. See that this is a user's program first, then after that user interface, and third one system calls. This is an individual process or sequential process. This pink color, right? So this kind of saffron color box would be called as operating system. So inside the operating system only it will do all the actions, user interface and system calls. So user program, that means what? Users should enter inside the operating system and automatically it will create the user interface. So using this UI, the user should enter inside the operating system and do some work. So if you want to do any work means you can just make a call. You just make a call to enable the particular applications. So how can you enable like this? So already we have a different types of management like file management, memory management, process management, network management, and power management. These all the five different type of categories are present inside the operating system. So either in this, which thing you can first you can select. Everything should be based on this memory management. So because of this location should allocate all the jobs as per the user need. So the first one, if you want to call any job or any work means automatically it will be reached to this memory management location. This is the only area should allocate the different type of job. Okay, with the help of hardware. Understood? With the help of hardware device, you can do all the actions like that. That's all about this memory management process. Okay, yes. Then next topic, process management. So what is the meaning of this? So process management is another important key features of operating system. This management, especially, it is one of the function that includes the creating and deleting process and providing the mechanism for process to communicate and the synchronization with each other. So what is the main process of this process management? It is one of the function that includes creating and deleting the process. So what process you can create and which process you are going to delete, and these are the mechanism they can provide. Okay. Number two, a process is the unit of work in a computer. So which one is you call as a process? Process na enna meaning? It is nothing but it is the unit of work in a computer. Okay, if you want to do any work in a computer, that should be called as what? Process. For example, a word processing program being run by an individual user on a computer, it is also one of the process. If you want to work any work, if you want to do any work inside the computer, that work also you can call as what? Like a process. The next point, a system task. That means what? A system work such as sending output to a printer or screen. It is also called as what? Process. So each and every action should perform inside the computer. Everything should be called as what? Process. Okay. Yes. The next, a computer consists of a collection of processes. Why? Because our computer is a multitasking purpose. So automatically it just do the different types of process. So that's what we call it consists of a collection of processes. They are classified into two categories. Number one, operating system processes which is executed by the system code. That means what? OS process which is executed by the system code. So using the system code, you can execute the operating system based process. Number one. Number two, using the user code if you want to execute the user process. Okay, if the user should work with any specific work by using the user code, it is another one. So these are the two important categories. The process should be happen in the operating systems. Okay, all these processes can potentially execute concurrently on a single CPU. So what is the meaning of that? Potentially means what? Effectively should be execute simultaneously using the single CPU. So CPU will do the multiple action. So each and every action should perform in a very effective manner. A process needs the certain resources including what are they? Number one, CPU time. Number two, memory part. Number three, files. And number four, input and output devices. So these are the four important things we need to execute any task inside the operating system or computer. So these all are called as what? Process management activities. Okay. So these operating system is responsible for the following activities associated with the process management. So what are the responsibility of process management அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா, point number one, scheduling process. Number one is what? Scheduling process and the threads on the CPU. That means what? The CPU should allocate the schedule for each and every process, what will happen one by one or random, whatever it is. The next one, creating and deleting both user and system processes. Okay, it should be used to create and delete both the user and system processes. That is another important responsibility of process management. And number three, suspending and resuming the process. Suspending and resuming the process. Suspending means what? You just block, stop the execution. And the next one is what? Resuming means what? Once you block the execution, which is continued, that is what? Resuming the process. The next one is it providing the mechanism for process synchronization. So what mechanism should be provided? It is nothing but process synchronization. That means what? Already you can done some process. So the same process should be synchronized with the next one. So that is what? Process synchronization. So it will be easily merging with any other applications. That is the main purpose of this process synchronization. Then next, what responsibility is it providing the mechanism for process communication. Okay, using the process communication, automatically you can communicate with one process to another process. These are the main responsibility of what? The process management. Understood? Yes, right. So this is one of the diagrammatic representation of process management. See that right from the beginning. So first one, you can create any applications or any job, automatically it will be ready to execute. So once you finish once you create the application or once you create the job, automatically it will be run. So after the running process, it will be goes to terminate. Or if you want to block the particular thing, in the sense, automatically the process should be blocked. Okay, suppose if you want to unblock, means it is also possible to unblock, or else if you want to suspend, means it is also possible to suspend the particular blocked element. Okay, so whether you have to block the particular activity or suspend of the particular activities, everything will be possible to do the same concept. Okay, so whether it is unblock or block, you can easily resuming the same action. Okay, or else if you want to suspend any activities, means automatically you can block and also you can remove. So these are the different responsibilities will do under the category of what? Process management. Okay, yes. So in this process management, mainly used for allocating the job to the processor. So mainly what purpose to allocate? It just allocate the job of the processor. So what are the different types of jobs we can do inside the computer? Number one, FIFO, that is nothing but first in first out, that is expansion of FIFO. Number two, SJF, shortest job first. Number three, round robin. Number four, based on priority. So these are the different types of process management based on the algorithms. So simply we call that is what? Scheduling algorithms. So these topic we'll see in the next class. Thank you. Thank you. Love you.